Do all Orthodox Christians in Russia support the war? We have already discussed that even though the Church claims up to 70% of the Russian population, most of those people identify with the Church as a part of their cultural or national tradition and do not participate in the Church life. Consequently, there are all kinds of opinions, standpoints, and ideologies among the Russian Orthodox people, disregarding of what the Patriarch and other Church leaders say. But what about the devoted Orthodox minority and the clergy itself? Well, it is not so simple either. As I have said many times already, the Church is a huge and very diverse body, more of an umbrella than really a community. Many of the devoted believers, although not all of them, hold strong nationalistic views, even to the point of pro-monarchy and anti-Semitism. These radicals oftentimes call for much more than the state already does: more aggressive invasion into Ukraine, attack on other independent states, war with the whole Western world, and severe persecution of the opposition inside of Russia. When it comes to clergy, I have already said that the Patriarch is not the Church. He does have a lot of power, and he is a symbolic representation of the Church hierarchy. However, the Church body is too complex and immense to just simply follow the orders from Moscow. The regional bishops pursue their own vision and, more often than not, their business interests. The local parish priests serve their congregations and have to balance between the syncretic worldviews of lay people and the orders from their bishop. In this situation, there are many clergymen, especially priests, who may hold the views totally opposing the Moscow leadership in certain aspects, including the war in Ukraine. Some notable figures, for instance, the Moscow deacon Andrei Kuraev, face consequences for expressing anti-war and overall anti-regime sentiments. Kuraev was fired from his job at the Moscow Theological Academy, and the case of stripping him of his deacon status, defrocking, is currently waiting for the Patriarch's approval. Another interesting case is daughter churches of the Moscow Patriarchate abroad. I have already talked about the Ukrainian Orthodox Church of the Moscow Patriarchate that faces Russian bombings and military crimes as much as the rest of the population, and hence does not support the Patriarch in his pro-war rhetoric. The Belarusian Church is another one, obedient, though, to the authoritarian state and thus officially complacent with the Moscow Church. However, churches in Latvia and Estonia, two Baltic post-Soviet countries with significant Russian population, experience intense pressure from their states. The Latvian Orthodox Church was declared autocephalous or independent by the parliament, which has not been recognized by the canon law, especially in Moscow. The Estonian Metropolitan Yevgeny was pressed by the state to comment on Patriarch Kirill's pro-war statements under a threat of revoking his residence permit and hence his right to legally stay in the country. Metropolitan Yevgeny publicly expressed his disagreement with the Patriarch, thus stating that the Patriarch is largely misunderstood because he calls for peace all the time and hence could not be pro-war. Please like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. I see you all next time.